what the project is. So the students will tell you all about it. But this was around 150 individual contributions, 7 weeks of hard work, 11 students, around 10 mentors, new technologies and tools on top of the curriculum. And it all started with the wireframes. I briefly mentioned it, but I want to take the opportunity. Now she's taking some coffee, she doesn't hear me. But thank you, Magda, for the wireframes. It was the beginning of this project. And we got really far and very close. Maybe some alignments that were missing, but in real life projects, it's like that as well. So we'll hear and see. And let's start with the demo of what we achieved. So I would call Hafiz to show us the demo. Here you go. And let me just fix this for you. I'm just going to come here. Yes. Okay, you're set to go. Just pass the cursor there so you can change the screen. Yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Hafiz. I am from Pakistan. I studied information technology from Pakistan, and I've been here in Denmark more than 6 years now. And on my free time, I love cooking and swimming, and I'm very much fortunate to be a part of these Genius 12 of HYF Class 20. They are my team member, and they'll always be there for me whenever I need help. It's not only for me, for everyone. We help each other a lot. Today, I'm going to present our demo, which we have made it. And it's this project is a team effort. Is not, you cannot say like it's one man effort. It's our whole effort where we put it together. You're going to see, I'm going to show you. This project is based on different React components, which make this web shop works. I am saying component just because it's a big, you can say it's a big problem, and we divide that problem into small chunks, that chunks called components, and we make it together and solve that problem. This web shop have some main pages. For example, it has, if I go to a web shop, so I can
Can I go to the screen?
Yes, please.
Can you change slide?
Yes, please.
Can I go to the web page, man?
Yeah. So this is a web shop I'm talking about. It's called Simply Spices, and it consists of 3 main pages. One is landing page, the second one is product page, and third one is category page. I will explain one by one whatever I can show here, and you will see like what are the functionalities we have on those pages. First of all, I said these are the React components which make this big web shop. If you see this web shop, from the top, I can show you the top navigation, which is a one component. Then we make it top, bottom navigation, where you can see the spices, about us, contact. And if you go down, you can see this is the landing page of the web shop, where you have all the variants of the spices, whatever you want to have it. And if you go further down, you can see this is, we have, because we have more pages, so we put, this is a component also page called pagination, where you can use, if you want to go to next page, you just click on the number or the arrow, so you can click, you can go further. Just an example, if I can show you, if I click on number or arrow, so it leads us to next page. If I come back again, so it will lead us to back. And here, down here, it's a component called footer, where we have all the information about us, contact us, and spices, and map as well. And the footer have a capability to take you on those pages, what you have written in here. Like for example, if I have to go to about us page, I can click here. If I have to go to contact us page, I have to click here so I can go. I'll show this one after. And if I go from start to top to down, so you can see like we have in the top navigation, we have sign in button, favorite button, card button. With the functionalities I'm going to show, like from the landing page, if you see this, this is a product, one product, for example, if I select it, just like if someone wanna buy just an chili powder, if I have to click on, and in this component also you have a different functionalities. Here you can add to cart, you can add more, and you also can put it in the favorite. Just an example, if you go, just if I show you the favorite component, if I click here, so it clicks, the heart is clicked already. And if you want to see this, you have to go back in the favorites and click on that. You see we have it here. So if I go back again on my landing page and I show you how we can add and buy spices. For example, if I want to buy chili powder, so I have to add cart, and here it says, this is the message, you got it. There are one item in your cart. So this is the price also, you can see. And if I see to my cart, here you can see it's 1 now. So because we already selected 1, so it's 1. Here you also can increase if you want, like at the end of the shopping, you feel like, no, I need more. So here you, in the counter, you also can add more, and you will see the prices also increase. And if I show you, right now you have seen it, the landing page functionalities, and now I'm going to show you category page functionalities. If I go back to main page and I show you from step by step, here you can see the drop down menu, spices. When you click on it, you will see all the categories, whatever you want to buy it, where you have spices, leaves, for example, berries, whatever you want, you just click on it, it will lead you to that page and you can just see what the information you need and the price. For example, if someone needs seeds, just click on it, whatever the seeds we have, our web shop, you can see here. And all the functionalities which I tell you before, like if you want to put it on your favorite, you can do it here also. If you want to do it to add to cart, you also can do it here as well. And you can see the difference, like in the URL, it changes now because I go to category page and it shows in the seeds category. So it shows me at the end category / seeds. So this is where you can see like where I am right now. If I show you our about us page, here we have all the information about our web shop, which we write it like what is about this web shop. And from here again, you can shop. Like if you click on it, so you can go back to landing page and you can shop. Here you can see contact. If on contact, here we have, if someone want to contact to web shop and see like what, for example, doesn't found anything what person wanted and wanted to contact us and say like, I need this spices. So can you please tell me when I can get it or whatever the information. So just it also validated. You can see like, for example, if I click on submit, it gives you the error and the message, like whatever it needs to be written here, you must write it. So first, just an example, if I write it here, Hafiz, I just want to show you an email address. And like, I need black paper. So if I submit, so it shows me the message like your message has been sent. Thank you very much. Your opinion matter to us. So this is the message you will get. It means your message already delivered and it's stored in database. And if we go back again, like what I was telling you before in the footer also, you can go to these pages about us and contact us. It gives you pointer. If you click on it, it goes directly to about us and then contact. This is the contact us page. One page, if I want to show you again, like what I talked about, I haven't mentioned that thing. That is the product page. If you click on this product, so it gives you, if you see in the URL, you see product and the number. This is the product page you can see. Yeah, and you already have seen it or our order. And for sign in, we were just a little bit down to our deadline. So we just made it hardcore. If you wanted to make sign in, So it will give you the hardcore information, which we just put it here. If you see our information, like we just gave it a name, all the information, email, city, delivery address. And you already have seen it favorite. And this is our whole demo of the web shop, which we have just made it in our 7 weeks. And I hope you people like it. And now I'm just gonna say to what I have learned. And I also wanna say some thank yous to some special people who are around us all the time whenever we need help and all that.
Wait, just a second.
So what I have learned during the process, the first thing I have learned is a teamwork, because team makes you like, I put it this picture, because whatever you dream, team, if you are in the team, so you can do it easily. Because you think in your way, and when you discuss with people, they will tell you one solution, so you can learn more and go further. And no task is too big when you do it together. And after teamwork, we also see like what I have made the code and then review the other people code, you learn this thing as well. And it's a project business, we have learned it, like the process of the project also, like when we make a big chunk of web shop, so how we can do step by step, that was. And the main also, this is the last thing which I have to say, like no, say no to give up, never give up. You will succeed at, you will reach at your destination soon. And the last thing, I want to thank you, my amazing colleagues, HYF mentors, all the time they were in our classes, class teachers, mentors from study group, Elastic and Zendex, Hack Your Future community, especially Mary, Daniel, and Christopher. They were there all for us whenever we need help. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Hafiz. Great demo. And now,
yeah,
Nigah.
thank you. Thank you.
Here you go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for coming today, attending here for our graduation event online and people who sit here. I'm Negar Iranian. I moved to Denmark last year. I studied computer science and Master of Business Administration. I worked as a project manager and key account manager in e-commerce industry and mostly technical-based corporations. Initially, when I arrived here, I supposed that I'm going to find a job here very soon related to my field, but it was not like this at all. So I started to studying Danish, and then I felt that I really want to change my field to technical field. So I'm really happy I'm here today as a graduate student, as one of HYF family members. So thank you for the opportunity. Now I want to play a recorded video from my classmate, Shumei Shui, that you can see over here. She recorded a video about our team experience with wireframe. So I'm going to play the video for Daniel.
Okay, let's hope that the sound works.
My name is Shumei. I come from China. I have been in Denmark for years now. I got my master's degree in science, but I work as financial assistant in West China. I have no hobbies, but today I want to say I love coding with lovely people. And today my topic is about the preference and Sigma. As a developer, our project starts with the Sigma. The Sigma includes all of the pages that we will work on. And also, it includes all of the information, all of the flows. It includes the information about the front end, such as structure and the functional part. How can you communicate connected with the other pages, use the different functions and also different links? It also includes all of the information that we will work on our back end. If you create the table, you have to check out the Sigma, what kind of table you will create, what kind of data you will feed to the table. It's very important because you will use it in future about the API. So you have to check out with the Sigma what kind of data you will give in. So it's very important to communicate with your teammates because different people work on different tasks, but they have the vision, they have the connection. So it's very important to communicate with your teammates. So yeah, and also it's very important for us to divide the tasks. How can we divide the task between the parent component and also the child component? We can figure out from Sigma. So then I want to see our final project about the simply spices. So this time moment, I want to say thanks to our final member and such an amazing job. Yeah, we can just copy everything from the Sigma, background color, visual picture, concept, family color, and also the way of responsive. For me, what I have learned, I have to say I learned expertise as full stack and how the teamwork works, and also the process of project, where to start, what kind of situation I have to consider. I also learned the drawing. I also gained the drawing of practice. Practice make us much more technical. At last, I want to say thank you to Happy Future and amazing community, especially for Christopher, Mariam, and Daniel. They hold this amazing community for us. At last, I also want to say lovely thanks to our lovely mentors and teachers, and my helpful classmates and friends, and also my family and myself for the 4 years persistence and a lot of great about the difficulties. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Yes. Okay. Always good with some technical issues.
It's not coding without that, is it?
Okay. Where is the other screen? No, it's okay. Yeah. So I hope that you can see us online. And I'm sorry for the hiccup. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yes, I want to continue with presenting.
Yes,
Yeah. It's not open.
it should not. No? Yeah.
Yeah. I want to continue with presenting the project management within this process. And I'm going to cover the topics about that, what we learned during this process, what all the team members learned during this process, what kind of tools we use, how we manage our tasks, and how important was the communication in between team members and the delivery time of the task and how they changed by the time. Yes, I'm clicking.
Yes.
Oh, I clicked a lot. Okay. Okay,
Technology.
I'm here. We use the Scrum Agile methodology to manage this project. Initially, as junior developers, we thought that we are going to stick to a prepared plan and following to the end, but was not like this. There was a prepared plan, but we needed to sit together, decide about the processes and break down the stories to tasks, break down the tasks to subtasks, analyzing, we decide together who do what. And so we learned during this process how to be self-organized and how to communicate with each other and how interaction and communications over all the tasks and processes. And I'm going to talk more about the importance of the communication next slide, but we needed to be flexible and responsive regarding the changes, because during this process, there were times that product owner decided to make some changes in regards of the delivery time of the project. So we needed to be flexible and being responsive to all these changes. And it was one of the most important aspects of this project, to being responsive and being flexible. At the end of this process, that we developed the software, we tested, we received review from mentors, from our classmates, and again, developing, at the end of the circle, we needed a stable working software, and it was important for all of us. Yeah, I clicked. I promise you I clicked.
I believe you.
Okay, here we go. So about the communication, we had 3 times a week communication with all project stakeholders. And during this process, Ivan, our Scrum Master, were with us, and he helped us regarding managing this project. Thank you, Ivan. Thanks a lot for your nice helping. We learned a lot from you. And so we needed to cover 3 main questions. The first one was what we have done until the specific time, what obstacles we faced, and what we planned the next. So during this process and this communication, all the team members had the chance to find out about the solution of a specific issue or obstacle that we had, or task in common we had, and it helped a lot to be updated every day and help to increase the pace of the project. Again, thanks Ivan for helping us. Yeah. Yes. We use Jira for agile software development, and this was the tool that we used, and it helped us to managing the task without hassles, tracking issues without hassles, and being able to classify the task with the with statuses, events, authors, and each member or developer wanted to find specific kind of information about the task, or maybe they had some tasks in common. It was available for them. The information were available for them, and they could easily find the information provided to them here about the implementation details or the pull request link that provided in each task, and yeah, all the information shared here, so it decreased the hassles for each of us. And at the end, I want to say thank you to each member. I'm sorry if I forgot any name here. I tried to mention all of your names. Oh, Zaki, I forgot your name. Thank you so much. So thank you for the opportunity. It was awesome. It was a great journey. And I hope to see your future name for long, long years, and it continues to the end. And I want to say thank you to my motivation sources, Novel and Sally as well. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Nagar. Yes, and now the floor is for Svet and Vahav. This, yes, you can use this one. Feel free.
I think.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. This is Shweta. Welcome. I'm from India. So I have a bachelor's in finance and economics with computers, and I have dreamt to be part of technical industry. And thanks to Hacker Future for giving me this opportunity to fulfill my dreams in tech industries. And I love shopping, going to networking, traveling, and socializing with the people. So I love that. And now I'm passing to my colleague, Wahab, to introduce himself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Vaha. I'm from Iran. I came to Denmark in 2014. Since then, I tried to learn Danish and finish my mechanical engineering degree, which I couldn't do it, which I couldn't finish it in my homeland. But the language barrier was so difficult, and I've realized that I could thrive and build up my career much faster if I do it in English. But there wasn't any opportunity for me, unfortunately. But luckily, I got into Hacker Future, and yeah, I will just drop my personal story now. I will pass it to Sweta, and you can ask me to read that.
Thank you, Wahab. So today I'm gonna explain you about French end. So it's a huge topic. I won't be bored with my huge topic. I will make it short and clear. So to make a website, we need HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. The HTML is be used for structure the website, and CSS for styling, and JavaScript is to behavior the website. And in this project, we did with the React. Why we use the React? So here is that. So in React, it is very easy to read the code, and it is very understandable. So if we club the HTML and just we can write the JSX components, and we can separate the components so that we have a clear idea of where to start and where to end. So also we can reuse the codes so that we don't need to waste our time by coding the same thing a couple of times. And also our teammates also can use by importing the my component, for example. So in React, we can develop web application and mobile applications also. So here, how we will separate the components. Like first we develop the header, and in the header we can develop sub-components like about us, sign in, and like, so here are the components, and then we compile the components to make a page, like about us, contact us, or favorite page, like that. So here is the components, how we have to think in React. First, we need to think about, okay, there is a header, we have this one, so we can develop that. And next, we have this, we have the root component, and in that we have like top navigation, bottom navigation, footer, main body. So we can develop like that. And these are my learnings, what I learned in this journey. So how to work independently and group work, how to meet deadlines, understanding about big picture, and programming, update, stand-up calls, and team spirit, which is very important in learning paths, and of course in the real life also. So these are the fun parts. So this is actually true. So whenever I did my part, and in my local machine, it looks very good. When I import and merge, can you see? Then it's totally crashed. And it happened to me so many times. And when I'm telling to the UX designer or Daniel, it looks fine for me. Why it is not looking for you? So, no, it actually crashes. And thank you to mentors, Elastic and Gendex Study Group, Hacker Future, amazing community for IT career aspirants. Thanks to Mary, Christopher, Daniel, and special thanks to my husband for moral support, and of course, my mother-in-law also support me for going out and learning this and fulfill my dreams. Thanks. And now I'm passing to my colleague.
Yes. So one of the technologies that we have used in this project is Storybook. And what is a Storybook? Storybook is open source tool for web developers to test their user interfaces, components independently. I don't know what does that mean either. So we will skip Wikipedia. I'm gonna give you an example about like how we use Storybook in our project. So as Sweta has said, we use React for reusability. Imagine in a website, you have 200 buttons. Next button, back button, add button, submit button, you name it, whatever. But if we break them down about size or how they look, we might have 5 different type of buttons. With help of React reusability logic, we can just make 5 buttons and give it to everyone to use them in their component. So all of them are gonna look like each other. Great, but how are we make sure that we have a back button or we have a button that says next, but it's very same button gonna say add to your cart. And how are we gonna show the text gonna fit in without just ruining the look? Here is where we use the Storybook to test everything. So as you can see, actually I pointed. Here we can try size, label, icon. This is Storybook documentation. Give the opportunity to all the teammates, go and try out the components and say, hey, you have designed this button, but when I want to use it, I want this icon add to it. So they're gonna add another prop to it. Or they could just say, this is very good, but my text is gonna be so long, so we need to just redesign this button. That's how we use Storybook. You know, open source tool for web developers, whatever. Now I'm gonna go back to myself and Hack Your Future. Yeah, I'm obsessed about myself. So I'm gonna tell you that, So I started Hack Your Future without any background in tech. I was completely scared of doing stuff with computers. I could open my computer, go to YouTube, play a song, copy, paste, and that was it. But as I said, I wasn't really I couldn't see any bright future in front of myself. I found Hack Your Future. I decided to apply for it. This is the entrance task. We have to do that to get interview for Hack Your Future. And they sent us this picture and they said, you need to make a page look like this with HTML and CSS. And you're gonna see, that's what I gave them. I'm not gonna say anything else. You can just see how much I improved during this few months. So this is about Hack Your Future and the great job that they're doing in here. Next, I want to talk about this single project, what we have learned in this project. This project, we have learned how to read other people's code. This is not easy in the beginning, but when you learn it, it's very nice. It's sweet. You can see alternative way of solving something. And that's very good. We have learned this in this project because of the teamwork and everyone working on same project. GitHub, we got the opportunity to learn GitHub, like basically how to use GitHub in real world, because it's so important when you have a shared repository, how you can use GitHub. You know, the advanced command I was telling you the other day, guys. Reverse, reset, revert, reset, rebase, everything. It could save your day so much. And we just got a good opportunity to reinforce our knowledge about GitHub. Agile management system help us to track the task and see how far they have gone, who is doing what, and what we need to do. And keeping the head code, yeah. That's also very important, to take it easy when nothing goes good. And at the end, I'm going to say thanks to everyone, Hack Your Future team, great mentors. Oh, no, I forgot about FunPuffs. Yes. This is basically me in last 7 weeks. It was like every night after 10 hours of coding, then I have no idea what I'm doing. So yeah, I took a picture of myself. You can see it. I left it here for you, but yeah, it's back about like one of the bugs I had, and I tried 4 hours, and at the end I realized it was a typo. Very painful, but gone now. All right, if this helped me, yeah. So I'm gonna say thanks to Hack Your Future and the great mentors, staff, and everyone we have had in our class. our classmates, our mentors. It was amazing. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. We are so happy to be a part of Hack Your Future family. And I'm gonna say thanks to my wife who supported me during this very long journey. And I don't know if I could make it without her. And yeah, I don't know. Is there anyone else who I can just say thanks?
You can
Yes. Thank you, Sweta and Fahab. Nice picture, Fahab.
Yeah.
Could learn something out of it, huh? Farzad. Yes, and we have Suman and Amrit talking about backend and Swagger. Yes. Go ahead.
Hi everyone, this is Suman from Nepal originally. Now already more than 10 years here in Denmark. Within these 10 years, I did my master's in ICT, but I had to go away from there because of my family reason. It took 3-4 years. Then I'm come back again. I'm hooked with Hack Your Future. I'm very fortunate and happy. I'm presenting back in today that we have been doing for 6 weeks, right? Yeah. This is a very high-level general picture that the client side, server, and the database. Today, I'm not talking about the front end and the database, but this part where the logic applies, and it's actually this part communicates with the front end and the back end. It's the same picture that more illustrates the client side and the server side. And I will take an use case that we have been doing, building our website. This is a screenshot from the category pictures. That what I'm trying to say that what happens when we click to the category. Then it sends an HTTP request to the server, and then it looks for the message. For example, if I click for the category, then it message there in the category that it connects with the routers that sits inside this category that router place. And the next, and then the URL should like category/ports. And when again pressed to the individual product, then the URI should look like product/4 or something like that. It finds according to its ID. And the controllers API endpoints look like this. This is the category router that I was talking a little bit earlier. And here it meshes with it has a get methods, and it is slash is the home for that one, and it has these objects. Request and response. Request is getting request from the client, and it will send a response after, to the client. And actually, this category methods, this router calls the method category get, and then that's called this one. That's the controller. Controller is connected, has a job to connect with the database and fetch information and give it back, which will send to the HTTP response back to the client. And you can see the different technologies involved here. This is Node.js, which is a runtime environment, but we have used all these technologies, Swagger and Knex and Express libraries to achieve this goal. And I want to pass the floor to my colleagues for the Swagger.
Hello, everybody. Shall I need to go back?
You can go back. Yes.
Yeah, hello, everybody. Good evening. This is me, Amrit Pandey. I also came from Nepal. I have been here in Denmark for 7 years now, and I did my study in computer science. That was bachelor degree, and it was itself in Nepal. And I was always curious within web development, and I feel so lucky enough to get to study over here to join Hacker Future community. I would like to thank them. And in my free time, beside coding, I like to travel and listen to music. Today, my topic is about a tool called Swagger. This tool is open source API documentation framework, which is especially for developers to design, develop, or utilize RESTful API. What Swagger do actually? Swagger reads API and extract in the form of interactive UI, which is called Swagger UI, and it is most popular tool for generating interactive documentation because it just read your API structure and automatically build beautiful and interactive API documentation, which is quickly understandable by any other developers. Yeah, this is the result we achieved when we use the Swagger documentation. We can see this on the browser by typing this URL, and these favorites you can see. This favorite, we have the endpoints, and we have these different methods called get, post, delete. And any front-end users who want to utilize these endpoints, they can just come here and see this. And if this matches his requirement, they can use this. And I forgot this part. This was missing part here. And Swagger is not only limited to documentation. We can do design and model of APIs. We can build stable and reusable code for API. And even we can do simple functional tests like we do in Postman. Maybe my other friends will explain about Postman later. And how we implement that Swagger in our project. So we write this Swagger documentation code, which is in the right side of the slide. And it is we write in the server side. So for this method, for this router, we need to write this documentation code. Then it will appear like this in the browser. And as I mentioned before, we can do testing of API as well. So we can do simply testing by passing any parameters and see whether it's giving the correct result or not. And I'd like to say about learning or something.
Learning, actually, every week we learn different technologies. It's a bunch of technology you can see, and we travel from front end to back end with the help of JavaScript knowledge. And it was amazing, and we did it actually. We travel on the surface, not dig into much, but we know, and in our future project we can learn more and use this knowledge to dig into it. And yes, I think you have something to add. Did you learn something?
Yeah, I learned what I learned is the GitHub. I use GitHub from the very first day till the end. Yeah, rest of the things we study one by one, like HTML, CSS, everything. But GitHub entire through all the 9 months, and especially I feel so happy to know new tools like Swagger, Storybook, Docker, and Jira. Yeah, and yeah, it was we learned how to work.
Actually, many of the technology we haven't heard before. Yeah, it's completely new for us. For example, Swagger, React was also we had no knowledge. We just knew this HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The rest of and of course a little bit about database, but all the technologies is completely new to us, and we are very happy that we dig into it a little bit. Yes, and the fun part, not so much, I mean, fancy, but we we learn by doing, and it was like, problem-based learning. We communicate with each other. If we have problem, then share the problem, and we adjust according to the peers' view on coding. It helped a lot. I think we found fun while we studying. Yeah. Anything else you can add?
Yeah, we used to say till midnight and
yeah.
This 9 months we spent
midnight Slack actually, and peers improving and reading others' code. It was very fun. Yeah.
And
we would like to thank all of you, amazing mentors, and SOF community. All of us
and especially Christopher.
Larry,
Daniel,
Daniel is the name that we don't want to miss.
Yeah, everybody say, and all the mentors.
All the mentors and friends.
friends,
Thank you
yeah.
very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Amrit. Great work. Now we have Kais and Anas. Welcome. Here you go.
Yes,
Oi.
that's the wire.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. And this is our presentation, part of the presentation. My name is Kais. I'm a Palestinian Jordanian, and I have a background in social sciences. I used to have hobbies before joining this class. And this is my partner in crime.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anas. I am from Somalia, and I've been here in Denmark for close to 9 years. You can take over. Okay.
Yes. So I will be quickly covering the databases part of our project. We went through the basics of databases with Happy Future program. We've learned how to create them, how to manipulate them, and most importantly, how to manage them. We use this through Docker, MySQL, Next, and Next. Anas will be talking about that briefly soon. And I want to talk very briefly about I actually started liking databases. I truly love databases and working with backend, which is not what I thought when we started. Martha knows about my SQL history. But I think databases or building a good database can give you a satisfaction like no other. Knowing your databases and knowing what you wanted to do in the future of the project can actually make the entire process much smoother, much nicer. So knowing your database means that you actually know what you want from your final product. And I like that in a project. I like that the first step that you're going to start working with will make things much easier for you in the future. And stop working. No.
Yeah, now it's working. You win.
All right. So, yeah, databases are basically an organized collection of structured information. They look like your boring, usual Excel sheets, and they function in a very similar way. And they are controlled by management systems. Most popularly MySQL, which is the one we've used in this project. It's an open source, it's cheap, and it's very easy to use for educational purposes. And this is really frustrating, huh? This is an example diagram of the databases that we built for our project. It can show you how the information are connected together. We use the database or manipulate the database through very basic orders. You either insert information, you delete information, you update information, roughly, or you can display the information that you've seen. This is an example of how just a boring data, like Excel sheet looking table from the database can be transformed into something that we're also familiar with websites. This is just a lot of information about users that can be fetched through the backend and can be displayed on the front end with the name, email, basically the contact details of users. And this will take over from here.
Yeah, keep that.
Yeah.
I will be talking about how we actually created the database this time. At the start of learning the database, we used SQL to create the tables and inserted. Using SQL, we worked on Workbench, but this time we worked on VS Code, used Kinect to build out everything, and we used migration. Migration is basically like GitHub. It's I mean Git, not GitHub. It's a version control, but for your database. What it lets us do is it lets us share the tables we created with our teammates without having them to open Workbench and copy the SQL scripts we created and then paste that. There would be, what is it called? Difficulties doing that. So we just wanted them to run one command and then they would have the whole database the seeding, everything set up. And we used Kinex to do that. Kinex is a SQL query builder. The reason why we use Kinex this time and not SQL is because we wanted to stay within JavaScript, and Kinex uses JavaScript syntax to build out the tables and everything. Yes, now you can go. As you can imagine, we had a lot of we used a lot of frameworks, a lot of libraries, and we wanted everyone to stay within the same version that we started with. We didn't want one person using version 3 of something that we're working with, version 5. And to do that, we used Docker. What Docker lets us do is it creates a room on our local machine. So every time we want to run a specific version of Node.js and everything, we'll just start up the the container. Yes, I had a lot of fuss here in Hyper Future. I learned a lot of things. I had no prior knowledge of web development or anything related to tech. And this is a picture of me that Kais insisted on sharing. Picture of me holding up a dog. I think this is Sally, right? Okay, yeah. Vigo, first time me holding a dog. So, yes, that was easy.
Are you programming in bed, guys?
This is literally me after like 8 hours of CSS, but
So it's after.
it's after.
Okay. Yes, thank you, Anas. Thank you, guys. So now, Fahim and Mariam, please.
To change and point to.
Yeah, it's just back and forth, but the thing is, you have to point it here, or else you'll struggle. Yeah, just point it to the.
How to point.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fahim Hassan. I'm from Pakistan. I've been living here in Denmark since 5 years. I like driving different sort of cars, and I love playing table tennis. Now I will pass on to my colleague to introduce also.
Yeah. Hello. My name is Mariam, originally from Tunisia. I have a bachelor degree in civil engineering, and I came to Denmark 2 years ago. When I decided to switch my career path into IT, I started with the radio school, and I got 2 nano degrees within Udacity and JavaScript and intermediate JavaScript. And today, another big milestones in my student life. I'm very grateful for that. Yeah. The floor is yours.
I'll start by explaining about Git and GitHub. We actually worked on Git a lot. We used it a lot. Git actually enables different developers and designers to collaborate and work as a team. This is an example of how a Git version looks like in VS Code. Here you can see there is a local repository we are working on and different kind of files. Down here, if I can point out, yeah, down here it shows you which branch you are working on, and through this branch we can create our own branches and we can write the code easily. The Git lifecycle works as we write some code, we add. We commit the code and we push it to a remote repository. In this case, it is GitHub that we have used. So this is how it works. And if I can go to the next slide. On a remote repository, GitHub in this case, this is how a remote repository look like. There are different kinds of folder. It contains a lot of plenty of files. Here, actually, we can actually initiate a pull request. If you can see here, these are some of the examples of the pull requests which are open right now, which we are working at the moment. Above here, there are 166 closed PRs which have been approved or rejected. And down here, there are 5 open PRs, for example. If we click on each and every PR, we can come to the stage where we can, where different mentors can see our code and they can test that code and give us relevant feedback. And on that, based on that feedback, we can actually improve and implement those changes to make our code work better for us. So here we can see in our branch if there are any conflicts to the code which we should resolve before merging the PR. We can do it either by using web editor or the command line. Once we are done 100%, we have implemented the feedback, we have made our code prettier, we can merge it. So it is ready to use in the project. My takes, the lessons which I've learned being here for 9 months. First of all, reviewing other code. Actually, writing the code yourself help you, but reviewing other codes help you more than that. In that sense, you can see different approaches toward the same problem, and you can try different approaches and see which one works best in this case. Time management, we have learned a lot of time management. We have learned how to meet our deadlines, how to prepare the different projects on time. Finding solution, this we have learned through trial and error. We have tried various things and saw which one worked well for us. Problem solving, we learned, and lastly, we worked as a team. Teamwork is very important for projects like these. Different ideas, we brainstorm, sit together, discuss different ideas. We concluded which one works best, and we implemented that. So in this case, we really helped each other. Lastly, I would like to thank all the HYF community, especially Daniel, Marie, Chris, and all the lovely mentors and my team members who have helped us along the journey. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I will talk about deployment. As we mentioned previously, we have to write our code locally here, and we have to push it to GitHub. But then we have to make our application usable and visible by other users, if you want. So we have to move our application from localhost into a public, remote public host. So in this stage, we have to deploy, which is the big part of the development, in my opinion. So deployment is the process of moving the application from localhost into remote public host, and we did that using Heroku, which is a cloud platform based on a managed container, and data services, and it's used for deploying and running modern apps. And in our project, we had 3 different environments. Localhost, where we write our code, and after that, and in localhost, sorry, it will be tested and running locally. And in staging, we can see our application running remotely, and it could be tested by internal people. So after that, the production environment, which is the final version of our application, where it could be used by users. So to implement this schema, we had 2 different branches, develop and main, where develop is automatically deployed on staging, and main is automatically deployed on production. And we only merge into develop in only one case, where our code is running fine and no bugs. So yeah, and in this project, sorry, we have 2 different databases, one for the staging and one for the production, and all of us has an access to the staging database. So all of us know the data there and what to do next. So, and as a result, we have this beautiful application running smoothly. And I would like, and I believe that every one of us put a lot of effort to make that happen. So I would like to thank you, all of you, and especially Hack Your Future mentors and staff, all my classmates, and all volunteers who were here for us, and my husband and my friends for their continuous support. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mariam. Thank you, Fahim. Congratulations. Good work.